Hello, Aquarius. This is your reading for the week of May 3rd, 5th. We're the 7th today. I'm a bit late this week. Aquarius, the image that I'm getting of you is that you have a hand of cards and you're looking at the cards and you're trying to decide how you're going to play the cards. But you don't just have the cards in your hand. You've got several different packs of cards that you could draw from, and it's creating a bit of overwhelm, it feels, for some of you. The sense that I'm getting with this is that you are, because there's also a clock, and it's not even on the wall, it's right on the table where you're playing cards. And it's literally like you are trying to not just decide what cards to play, what the timing is for the cards that you want to play. And because you also have several other decks that you could potentially work with, there might be a little bit of a sense of overwhelm. Now, I'm getting overwhelmed in two ways. I feel like you might be in a situation where you are feeling that you've kind of come into a bit of a state of overwhelm about where you're positioned in life right now. But I also feel that when you're looking, that you're feeling overwhelmed about how to change the situation in a way that's going to be good for you, and in accordance with also what's going to be good for people around you. So I'm looking at this, and what I'm getting is also the card of grace, which is that, grace is about smooth, easy, peaceful. It's got a supportive quality to it. It really has got divine intention behind it, a divine touch behind it. And it's that sense that you can lean into divine support in what you're doing. So along the overwhelm card, along with the overwhelm card, right next to it, you've got grace, and then you've got have no opinion. So for me, what this says is, in what you're looking at, step back and assess the situation from as neutral a place as you can, which means, normally I'm encouraging Aquarians to really get in touch with their feelings and make decisions from that place. And that is also true. That is very clear here as well. But it's stepping back from the situation, owning what your feelings are so that you can have a clear slate, and then step back from this new perspective where you're not having old feelings bubbling up underneath that may be motivating you and pulling you in different directions. Aquarian, sometimes you can have a tendency to feel almost guilty about taking care of yourself. And sometimes that has led you to not acknowledge some of the deeper, maybe slightly darker feelings around choices that you've made. And that's okay. But now at this point of evolution and consciousness, you're really being asked to get in touch with your feelings and your needs in a way where you can take action on them. And you're being really supported in that. But you're also being told, and this is important for some of you, because sometimes the overwhelm comes from thinking of, if you change things too dramatically or too quickly, that it's going to create chaos in your life. But what you're really being asked to look at in all of this is to look at your feeling. Number one, look at what your feelings really are and be honest about them. And then decide that you're going to step back from having reactions out of those feelings. Step back to neutral as much as possible. Lean into divine support. It's literally like I would like you to see, it's like God holding you in God's hands, whatever God represents to you, but with that sense of complete and total love and support in what you're doing. And that in there you get to sit back and you get to just be rocked, and you get to be taken care of. You get to be supported in that energy, that loving, wonderful energy. And from that place, you can say, what do I need to do in my life in order to honor bringing more of this feeling into my life? It really isn't about you being selfish, and it isn't about you taking away from somebody else in order to have something for you. This is really very much about you allowing that sense of divine love to be with you, and taking a chance on changing some of the things in your life in order to be able to do that. Which brings us back to the pack of cards. What I'm being shown here is, right now, just look at the cards that you've got. Because it doesn't necessarily mean that you need to pull from a whole bunch of different decks, which is where the overwhelm can come in when you decide it. You can instead look at the hand that you've got and decide how you want to reposition the cards. Okay? So you don't have to toss the whole hand out. You've got many, many great things, many good things, many solid things that you've created in structures around you, whether it's your relationship, whether it's your work, whether it's your physical location. All these things are relevant. And it doesn't mean that because you're going to change that everything has to change. It's just asking you to look at this and say, how can you prioritize your feeling well and you're feeling that love and that support? How can you give that to yourself? Okay? That's what you're being asked of. But I really see this like this quality of you being held in the hands of God and being able to just curl up like a cat and just soften into that support and let that be your guide for the kind of choices that you make. Okay? It's really quite beautiful, Aquarius. And again, it's, you really do have a tendency to take care of people, take care of situations, but you're also being asked to look at love in a different light. And that is that love is not something that is parceled out to some and not to others. It really comes from that central heart of you, from that central essence of divine love, which is really the energy and the frequency that supports all of us, everything, in every single cell of our body. You are being offered that, the hands of grace, the hands of divine love, in order that it can shine out through you and around you. The more you can lean into that sense of being love as opposed to doing loving things, the more you'll automatically do loving things as an organic expression of just the love that you are. And that's what I feel like you're being reminded of today, Aquarius. Okay? So easy peasy, easy does it. Take care, Aquarius.